Hi. So I am back, and you know what? I'm feeling so much better. I am feeling so much better. I'm not gonna lie. For the past couple of weeks, mentally, yeah. But we're back. We are doing good now, and you know what? Well, it's not a recent discovery. It's just a reminder. I remembered that I always feel better when I dress up. Let me show you my outfit for today. Let's see if we can do a bit of positioning. Okay, so it's just a little polo dress with my heels, and later on I'm going to do my makeup after having breakfast. But yeah, and I remember previous long time videos ago, I said that I want to start wearing heels at home. Like I want to start dressing up and wearing heels at home and all of those things. And I think back then it was the same reason. It's just that I always feel better when I dress up. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And today I finally did that. So this is like the beginning of me actually starting to, dress up even when I'm at home. And so far, the only pair of at-home heels, because I want to start investing in at-home heels. You know what I mean? Like heels that are just comfortable to wear at home. Like maybe kitten heels. I don't know. Like things like that. So these are the ones that I have right now. And then like throughout the years, I'm just gonna hopefully keep getting more and more and more and more heels and shoes. Yeah, slowly coming back to my younger self. Not even just my younger self, but like slowly getting myself back. Yeah, my spark, if I could put it in that sense. Yeah. So anyways, now let me make some breakfast and then I'll see you guys later. Come with me to paradise home. This way, please. I'll carry you home. This you must believe. Come with me to paradise skies. This way, please. I'll carry you home. This you must believe. There are paradise before us. The paradise skies open. Paradise will be falling down. Did you guys know? I recently just found out that was actually a South African group. Like the Joy, the olden days group was a South African group. This whole time I've been thinking, oh, like this is like imagine I'm about to cook this without any salt. Like I've been thinking this is it's like an American group or like a group that's overseas. But no, it makes sense because when you listen to the song, it has like you can hear the accent, that South African accent. But I just wasn't sure. And I think that just comes to show that South Africa we've always had talent, but also at the same time, the manner in which we approach music is very much in a spiritual sense. So, like, so obviously music is always going to be embedded in us, because we sing for everything. We sing for funerals, we sing when we're striking, we sing when we're celebrating, we sing for almost everything. you know. I mean, we sing when we're at church, we know this. So, like, in a sense, music and singing is very spiritual to South Africans and embedded in our systems. Like, when I think about it, I was thinking about the fact that, like, I feel like harmony, just small aspects like harmony, to the average Black South African household, that is not something you have to explain. It's not something you have to teach. Like, the fathers already know to pick up their baritones and their tenors, and they can sing and join into a song very smoothly at a funeral, at a celebration. The women know which pitch or key to sing without there being even any sort of conductor. So, like, these are some of the things where I think of it and I'm like, these are just the elements of how music is so spiritually embedded in us. We don't even need to think about it twice. And so it then leads me to my hypothesis or theory that those, for you to be classified as someone who can sing in South Africa, you have to be above the average. I don't know. It's just, it's my thoughts. I don't know. Like, and by above the average, perhaps what I mean is, like, above knowing how to harmonize and, you know, just those small musical basics. You know? Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to my TikTok. You know what I like? I usually like having my eggs. This is other spice. I love it. But the price, it's like 50 Rand for one. It's this one. Let me show you. What is it called? Empowerment. This spice. This one. Empowerment. But not the potato one. There's one that's chili and garlic. That's the one I like. And I only like it for my eggs. Like, nothing else. Only problem is the price. Very scary. Very scary. So I had to figure out some other way to add some garlic into my eggs, because I really like, hopefully it will taste like that spice, because I really like that spice. And that spice, maybe just a little. Okay, maybe, hopefully, I think maybe it will taste good. It will taste similar to that spice, hopefully. But yeah, that's my favorite, my favorite spice. Honestly, I would just buy it just to cook eggs in. Okay, it's not just good for eggs. It's good for, like, also when you're cooking meat and all of those other things. But for eggs, that's the best. That's the best. So yeah, let me finish cooking here, and I'll see you guys later. You know what I wish we had? I wish we had an avocado tree. I want to have you know, those healthy breakfast eggs, avocado. I don't know if it's going to be toasted. I feel like it being toasted is honestly so overrated. Or maybe it would be nice. No, I can see why it would be nice. Anyways, yeah, you know, the eggs, avocado, toast, some feta cheese there. Very, very healthy vibes. Like, I want to be in my healthy girl era. Like, I want to be in my yoga mom, healthy Pilates vibe. Also, have you seen Elaine's Pilates studio? I saw it on TikTok and I was like, ooh, this is cute. I like healthy and aesthetic things. Like, I just love aesthetics. I also have another hypothesis on aesthetics, but that's a conversation for another day, because that's actually a conversation I love. Like, the conversation on aesthetics is a conversation I'm very passionate about and talking about. But anyways, we're going to talk about that later. Anyways, let me finish cooking, because this happens all the time. And I'll see you later. Alright, so this is my very non-glamorous breakfast, and with some sweet chili and some mayonnaise. Yeah, simple. I wonder if the eggs actually even, because we're adding that garlic, actually came out nice. Yeah, it actually isn't that bad. It really isn't that bad, actually. Yeah, with the garlic, it almost tastes like the spice, except that the spice is still great. But yeah, anyways, let me have my breakfast, and then we're gonna do our makeup afterwards. Can you believe it? I washed my bedding. I took out my duvets, my sheets, everything. And I was like, oh, it's sunny outside. It looks beautiful. The sun is out. This is the perfect weather to do my blankets and my bedding. Guess what? Now it's raining. So this is us. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my bedding now, because that means it's now wet. It's wet. It's in the washing machine. It's wet. Yeah. But anyways, you know what? It is life. It is what it is. But anyways, I was just thinking about religious psychosis now. And I was thinking about how it once had me here in a chokehold. But you know, like, what do you expect when you grow up in a religious family? Like, very religious, very scary. And there's no other thing you are ever taught. Like, there's nothing else you know other than that. Because like, my life used to be, especially in high school, because like my parents are strict, my life used to be, I go to school, I come back home, I go to church. Like, I'm not even over exaggerating. That was how my life was. Those three things. Maybe I'd have the benefit there and there to go to the mall, when I would be going to the mall with my mom and all of those things, you know. In high school, primary school, and all of those things, never really had the luxury of, like, you know, maybe going to house parties, yeah, things like that. No, not really. Never really did any of that. My life was really just school, church, and home. And like, I wish I had, because even the friends I had, we never even really went out like that. Even if it wasn't like house parties, we never went to the mall like that. Maybe ice skating, you know, things like that. No, we didn't do that. Damn, my lips are so dry. Like, this is crazy. We never really did that. So that was literally my environment for the longest time, until I got to grade, it was like in grade 11, no, it was grade 11, I almost said grade 12, until I was like in grade 11, grade 12, where I started questioning my surroundings. Like, don't get me wrong, I still believe in God, man. And like, I still believe in God, but I'm more spiritual than I am religious. And the reason how I even ended up coming to this position, if I could put it in that way, is because when I got to grade 11, I questioned the manner in which the church operates. Like, I realized that everything must be done in the way in which they say it must be done. If it is not the pastor that's the one who's giving the mandate, then everyone must follow it. Like, and I thought to myself, if this is what you guys truly see as God, and what you guys truly see as biblical, I don't think so. And it came to an extent where I even debated, I can't remember if it was some other girl, she was in the same church, and I was like, you know, if you even really think about it, if you want to go into a biblical debate, God has never approached any of the prophets in the Bible in the same manner. So why all of a sudden should we all live the same way? Or everyone is expected to have the same experience as everyone in the church? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. But anyways, That's not the point. So I thought to myself, I understand how people can get the allure of wanting to be in a church, because, or even not even get the allure, but can be trapped within it, because a lot of churches give a sense of community, which I think is very important to the human soul in some manner. Like the human soul by itself is destructive. It's not good. It's not good for the psyche. It's not like psychologically good in any way. That was redundant of me. But anyways, that's not the point. So the human soul craves community in some sense or manner. And I think this is what churches exploit. They exploit this. And that's where, through the form of community, and also you not wanting to be outcast or kicked out of this community, people fall victims of the manipulation that is within these churches. So that was just a weird or random thought I was just thinking about right now about churches. But luckily, most of my life I have been an outcast. So yeah, it didn't really work as well or for as long as they thought it was going to. That's the problem. That's why it didn't work as long. Honestly, I think that's the only reason why I still am not fully indoctrinated, or like, because unfortunately I personally never felt fully welcome in those communities. That's the only reason why I wasn't fully, I feel like I made it out of that indoctrination, because I thought, and I also thought in my own manner. I remember also in grade 11, when did I start smoking weed? I think I started smoking weed when I was like grade 9 or 10, one of the two. I don't recommend it. I started smoking weed young. We're not doing it anymore. But I remember even back then, there was like this sense of shame, like oh my gosh, and I also kind of felt like I don't get it. I also had friends who were queer, so like it was like, damn, like I can't even bring them. If I wanted to bring them to this community, I can't even bring people who I love to this community. And yet this is the same place that says to people, come as you are, and it's still the same place that says to people, this is the house of love. I did not feel like love at all. It never felt like a safe place for me. It never felt like a place of love for me. And I think that's why I couldn't stay there for any longer. That place was not safe for my soul. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I remember in high school, I always thought to myself, funny how when the church looked at like these people who were like the stoners and the queers and all of those things, like the sinners, you know, when the church looked at the sinners, I felt more loved in those spaces than I did in church, which is crazy. But yeah, that was just random thought. Anyways, right now I am busy working. I have like a whole project that I need to do over here, so I'm busy doing that right now. And then later on, I did say I was gonna do my makeup. I did say that, but now that it's raining, it's kind of late too. It's 2 o'clock. think we'll do it tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if we still feel like doing it. Because maybe we might just do our makeup just so we can take some pictures. Because I do like doing that sometimes. But like the issue is, this weather with pictures is not always the best. It's nicer for yellow bones and like white people. But I don't find this type of weather good for pictures for myself. But anyways, let me finish working. And then later on, we'll see what we gotta do. Thanks. And just like that, the sun is out. I should have done my makeup. But I believe it's not too late. Let's do it. Yeah, we're gonna take some pics. Let's take some pics. Yeah. Right, so we are done with the look. I was experimenting a little bit. I like it. I like how it came out. Although, I feel like the lip combo needs something darker around. But I didn't have any lip pencil or anything that would make it like, you know what I mean? So this is the vibe. This is what we're gonna go for, and I like it. I took a couple of pictures, of course.
She's a baddie. Yeah, she's a baddie.
The reason why I like taking pictures at this time is obviously because of golden hour. Like, skin is just, and then the highlight when the sun hits it. Yeah. I like it. Vibes. Like, it's cutesy. I think I'm gonna take some more pictures. Like, look at that highlight. Yeah. I believe there's no such thing as too much highlighter. There is no such thing as too much highlighter. Blush, maybe. But highlighter? No.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
So guys, I was just going through my emails and I just received an email. Let me show you guys. So it says, Dear Rhodes University graduate, on behalf of the Chancellor, the Honorable Justice Mbuzeli Madlanga, the University Council, and the entire Rhodes University Committee, I offer my sincere and heartfelt congratulations to you on successful completion of your studies and the attainment of this important academic milestone. Your graduation represents a defining moment in your personal journey and in the life of your university. A qualification represents far more than accumulated credits or completed assessments. It reflects years of disciplined effort, intellectual growth, and personal transformation. During your time at Rhodes University, you have not only acquired knowledge in your chosen field, but you have also learned how to question, to analyze, to listen, and to engage thoughtfully with complexity. These capacities will serve you long after the graduation ceremony has concluded. Each graduation cohort carries a distinctive narrative shaped by the context of its time. Okay, great. Your achievement. Graduation is never solely an individual accomplishment. It is shared triumph. We honor and acknowledge the collective investment of time, care, guidance, and hope that has contributed to this milestone and to promising future that lies ahead of you. Yeah, great. That's great. That's nice. Unfortunately, I will not be going to the graduation. It's too much money. But it's nice to have this. It's nice to have it. Yeah, it's nice to see the email and everything. But yeah, the cost of accommodation, the cost of traveling, everything is just a lot. So yeah, I'm not gonna be going to the graduation, but I'll one day be able to go to another graduation when I get my honors or masters. It's not a bummer. Sorry, I actually thought I was done. Although I am thinking about it, do I even really want to do a master's? Do I want to do a honors? I love the idea and the concept of learning more. I really do. But at the same time, the university is traumatizing. It's traumatizing. I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like sometimes studying something that you're passionate about or that you have passion for, when you study it in university, it takes away that passion. It drains it away. There's just something about studying something for credits or for marks that just drains it. Yeah, it's like art. I came to realize this when I was doing the last year. The concept of studying art in university, to me personally, I think is completely misplaced. I don't think it. I think perhaps art history can be studied, yes, and maybe art practicals in the sense of learning your technical skills and all of those things. But once you start grading fine art in the sense of conceptual ideas, that's where I think the plot starts to get lost. Because now, to me, I think you are removing the essence of what art is. You know what I mean? That's what I think personally. I think we can grade and judge on the concept of maybe critical thinking and analyzing and all of those things. But once you start grading on concept and everything, that's where I'm you're losing the concept. Because to me, art is supposed to express the self and express the soul. More than anything, it is also supposed to express the time in which it is made. So if I make something, so let me give an example now. I had a project for my last year that I wanted to make. I wanted to speak, a lot of my artworks speak on accessibility, a lot of them. But this time I wanted to speak on accessibility, but I wanted to speak on it in a larger framework. I wanted to speak about it in the sense of women who, not even black women, but black people not getting access into institutional accessibilities. Who holds the gates to these institutions. That includes even aspects such as galleries, right? So I wanted to speak about that. My lecturer was yeah, I see what you're talking about, but I think that maybe you should stick to the concept of going through the fashion aspect. I really like you going through this fashion route, and because that was one of my first ideas, right? But then I changed my mind and I thought, let me actually speak on accessibility, because I felt more passionate about that in that time. So yeah, go down the whole fashion route and all of those things. And I thought to myself, and I just said okay. And the reason why I said okay was because the first semester, when I decided to just do whatever I wanted to do, not what they said I must do, they failed me. So I was oh. So mind you, my whole academic career, they always told us that crit sessions is just for advice. Crit session is not always something that you just have to take. You can choose to take it or not take it. This time I decided not to take it, but that came with consequences. And that made me realize, I was yeah, you know what? I ended up moving in the manner where I was you know what? Just so that you can obtain this degree, and just so that because money is spent in this. I'm still in debt also, by the way. So that's also another thing. I'm looking at this certificate and all of that, but are we gonna get it? Yeah. So that's another thing. Because I owe the university 11K. Capitalism, right? Great. We love it, don't we? Don't we love it? Because education is apparently not for free. Yeah, even though constitutionally, apparently, we have the right to education. But anyways, that's not a conversation for another day. So, I was just like, and I realized, and I thought to myself, I think art in an institution is completely misplaced, because I believe, or I think, that art should have the capacity to be rebellious. But once you start to put it within an institution, you start to put borders around it. You start to confine it. So that's how I feel now that I've finished and I've obtained my art degree and everything. That is how I feel about art within an institution. That is obviously within the context of maybe if this doesn't apply to like art history and all of those things and the other things that I mentioned formerly. But yeah, I just think that if it is to be placed in an institution, it should be given the liberty to be rebellious. And that's the thing. In an institution, the possibility of actually being able to do that is very small, especially university institutions. Why? Because at the end of the day, capitalism is a thing, and there are things where some lecturers and everyone will be like, maybe don't do that. Let's say someone wanted to do an artwork or an art piece that spoke badly about any university name, and this artwork were to become public. Oh, like, you know what I mean? Rebellion. I would then start to think, perhaps in that art form comes at an expense, which is problematic. That's when it starts to be confined. So yeah, those are my thoughts. But yeah, like I said, it's nice to be able to see the graduation email and everything. It's nice to see it. But yeah, this is reality. Currently, at least the current reality. So yeah, but one day maybe I will have my master's. I'll have my master's, my honors. I like the idea of having that red gown, doctor. Like, that's something I do. And I do have a thesis in mind that I would like to speak on, something I'm so passionate about. I am very passionate about the topic of aesthetics. I love it. Like, I can yap about that forever. That would be something I would be interested to write on. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I don't know if maybe we're going to end the video here. I think this, quite frankly, a lot of this video is just me yapping, as it should be, because like I said, this is my diary. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. This is probably where we're gonna end it. I was supposed to practice the piano today. I wanted to, didn't get the time to, because I was literally just working the whole time. Yeah, getting some cash. The little bit of cash that we can get there and there. So yeah, I ended up not being able to do that, but maybe I'll do it later on tonight. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, bye. I love you.